错的黑夜守一盏孤灯。
A netizen shared this video clip showing the difficult life that people living at the bottom tier of society in China is leading.
我们都在用力地活着，酸甜苦辣里醒过也最空，也曾倔强脆弱，依然执着，相信花开以后会结果。我们都在用力地活着，爱恨成败里赢过也输过。 也曾灿烂失落，无悔选择，相信磨难历经是收获。成长的路上有几程曲折，我以汗水浇灌，梦想划过，任凭谁冷眼超过或轻我，都会风轻云淡一笑而过。在我的心里有另一个我，陪我共同面对孤单寂寞。当现实背叛，累了倦了痛了，学会洒脱。
A netizen shared this video clip featuring part of a speech delivered at the 9th Annual Forum dedicated to the chief economists in China. This speaker claimed that in order for the Chinese people to show their patriotism toward their motherland, they should spend as much as they can.
2012年，我们的第三产业超过第二产业的增长速度的时候，我们的服务消费，我们的消费在经济增长中扮演的角色就越来越重要。 所以说，这个内循环不是无源之水的，内循环本来就是我们中国经济发展的必由之路。其实我前2年我就说过了，把钱花光，为国争光，对不对？你这个爱国主义怎么爱呢？很简单呐，花钱就是最好的爱国方式。
A netizen shared this video clip featuring Hong Huang, an American Chinese television host and blogger. She claimed that it is everyone's collective social responsibility to have a second child because our society urgently needs that.
我们的社会需要二胎，能生的人赶紧去生，对吧？这是社会需求，大家都应该有点社会责任。因为像我们这帮老帮刺儿太多了，再过2年的话，你们就该。
A netizen replied, "The real issue is that many Chinese people do not have the ability to afford the costs associated with raising 2 kids." A netizen shared this video clip explaining that due to the pandemic, the city of Shijiazhuang, which is the capital and the largest city in Hebei province of northern China, has been under lockdown to prevent the further spread of COVID. In this video clip, an ordinary Chinese person shared during the quarantine period, the price of groceries, including vegetables, has dramatically increased. In the video, an ordinary Chinese person complained about this.
大家同下城的大家都看一看啊，这点东西105，我就在3号门的东边这个门，我不知几号门，4号门。
A netizen felt that this is something that can only be seen in communist China's lockdown. A netizen replied, "All that has happened in Wuhan is reoccurring in Shijiazhuang. Now that a year has passed, perhaps many residents in Wuhan have already forgotten the painful history. Many of them may have even become more patriotic. And for those that talk back, their teeth will be knocked out." And another netizen shared this propaganda banner, which said, "Visiting neighbors is equivalent to killing one another, and hosting gatherings is equivalent to committing suicide." A netizen living in China replied, "Now at the present, in many counties, people are told to not return for the Chinese New Year. At this point, I really don't care about celebration anymore, but many of my relatives still do. If one won the election using illegal means." A netizen wondered, was this banner written for Biden? A Chinese dissident shared this picture. In a tweet, Joe Biden said, "Our president is not above the law." And just above his tweet, a bunch of Twitter users all changed their profile photos to a picture of President Trump. Many netizens did this to show their support for President Trump and protest against the big tech censorship. Someone shared that according to Fox News, what's shown in the picture are the platforms that are currently banning or restricting President Trump. A netizen shared that, typically I receive more than a dozen emails from the Trump campaign, but ever since Twitter suspended President Trump's Twitter account, I've not been able to receive even just one email from the Trump campaign. A netizen replied, "We should strive to not be moved by the censorship, because it is quite clear that the main targets of the censorship campaign are the influential and accurate sources of information, and as well as thought leaders. Now that we've seen massive campaigns of disinformation being supported by Twitter, this implies that we are the main target of this information warfare." Secretary of State Pompeo shared this picture with the caption, "This is how you create an echo chamber." Someone shared that the President of Mexico is condemning the decision by Twitter, Facebook, and other social media sites to block President Trump's accounts. He is one of the few, if not the only, world leader that is willing to show public support at the present for President Trump. Someone shared that the inauguration may likely be held remotely. Someone shared that the Attorney General of Texas recently tweeted that Twitter and Facebook closing conservative accounts, Google shutting down Parler, and Apple threatening to do the same. Big tech hates free speech. As we enter the Biden era, they stand ready or willing to be the left's Chinese-style thought police. And as Attorney General, I will fight them with all I've got. Someone shared that the U.S. Defense Department referred to the so-called riots as depicted by mainstream media as the January 6, 2021 First Amendment protests. Someone shared this picture tweeted by Pompeo. President Trump once said, "We must keep America first in our hearts. We must keep freedom alive in our souls."
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring.